Hello, everyone. Jeez, why is that way? We did game night yesterday. Oh, let me make sure I'm on the right mic here. Yes. Anyways, yes, we did game night yesterday. We meaning Brian and I. And so I have some things out of sorts here that I didn't realize till I went live. My screen is farther back. I still have this here. Bear with me as I rearrange for a moment. Gotta pull this. Okay. Pull the screen forward so I can actually see better. Not that I can't see, but it's a little odd having it way back there. Fluff my hair a little. There. Is that better? Now breathe, right? Okay, everyone. That's for all of you to do. Are you ready? Breathe in. And then breathe out. I guess I should just do it, and then you can follow suit. You're supposed to breathe in through your nose and breathe out with your mouth, and do it slowly and thoughtfully, and then you will relax. Not that I'm stressed, but it's good to start your day that way. It gets your... I don't know why, but there's a coat there, and it's maybe that's part of the focusing. I don't know, but anyway, I see that Joey is here. He says he's nice and toasted, or getting nice and toasted. Does that mean you're out in the sun? Or is that another thought? Giggles is here. Ha 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 ha. Good, we have lots of giggles to go. And then we have Spike reviews. Oh, I should probably mention this, Spike. If everything works out well, I actually might be back in Canada for maybe up to 2 weeks in later August. So there's an opportunity maybe to be able to see you again. I don't get to see you every day. I only got to see you for a little bit that one day. So just so you know. Jim, it's so good to see you. Thank you for being here yesterday. Also, you've been really actually around a lot. I do appreciate you greatly. We have Anfield, road layout in the loft, aka Lee. Good to see you. And it's just me. I know, but I'm going to go move that coat over. And you get to see me waltz around, I guess. There you go. Why not? Me and my loungewear, well, sweatpants, whatever these things are. It probably has nothing to do with the focus, but I like it to look better. Maybe it's this. There. Now I just have like a tree coming out, huh? See, it's that. Now that I look at it, it kind of looks like a pineapple with a bunch of things coming out of it. Like, well, a pineapple has a top on it, but not quite like that. That came with the house. That painting there came with the house. Let's just say the house I'm renting was basically furnished, at least partially, which is kind of cool. So there's some dishes that I didn't have to worry about. Some decor I didn't have to worry about. Yeah. Anyway, I just took a shower actually not too long ago. I was waltzing around, letting my hair dry enough to be able to brush it, which I did. So Gaffa or Bored Old Fart, if you are in the house, I already brushed my hair. Okay. Just letting it dry some more. You know it's time to take a shower when it gets so greasy, it just starts to your head and maybe does a nice little, like that. It's like, okay, time to take a shower. Time to prune up, I was going to say, but that's not right. Prim up? I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe someone in the chat knows what word I'm trying to look for. I also grabbed myself 3 cuties because I didn't have anything to consume yet today. Oh, I just slept in. I did not work yesterday, but because I have been doing a shift at my current job that keeps me up later because I don't get done till 10 p.m. Well, actually, I can't get done by 10 p.m. I'm supposed to be done by 10 p.m. Anyway, so it's more like 10:30, maybe closer to 11 o'clock before I'm done at work. And then you have the wind down part. I mean, you're up, you're going, so then you have wind down time. So by the time I go to bed, I'm lucky if I get to sleep by 1, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, which is way too late. I don't like being up that late. I feel much better if I can sleep. Like if I can get to sleep around 10ish, and get more proper sleep, I'm better. Not at work still at 10. No. Anyway, because my body, I don't like it, but my body's getting used to that pattern. Yeah, so I was up later yesterday. Thus, I slept in. Now, thankfully, for the next few times at work, I'll be working 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I gotta make sure I'm not up till 2 a.m. this morning because I need to get up actually to go to work a little sooner. Don't need to be late for work. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Anyway, oh, sorry, I had a little crusty, I guess, there. I'm not sure. Just responding to a comment. Anyway, what do you guys want to talk about? You have my attention for 1 hour. We've been going for about 8 minutes already. In the meantime, while you guys are thinking up what you want to chat about, I'm trying to think what I want to chat about. It's a little bit of the wing it, on the cuff, whatever you want to call it, kind of live stream. Oh, good thing I put a trash right there. Perfect. Anyway, it's sunny out here. Oh, and I'm getting blurry. Is it sunny where you're at? Spike says, I am working right now. I'm more listening to the stream than watching. I'm currently leveling a flat stone path way in a backyard. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, if you are listening then, you hear that I should be in London, Ontario, Canada for a week to 2 weeks, depending on work situation, all that. End of August. So if we can figure out, it'd be kind of cool to be able to see ya. And actually, anybody else that's here that might be lurking, that's from Canada, maybe I can meet you too. I'm getting all juicy now from the orange, to clarify. Mm-hmm. Well, it's great to see you too there, Jim. And there's lovely Lisa. Always lovely to see you. Oh, you're over in Michigan. I think I knew this. Jim would be another awesome person to meet. I mean, he's been around for not too long, but you can tell he's an awesome person. The problem with eating and talking is then you might choke. And I happen to have a little orange in my throat. I don't know why. I tend to choke on food. I choke on food. Jim was saying it's 50 degrees where he's at. Well, when I'm done making a mess here, I'm like getting it all over. And please, folks, don't be asking for wrenches. I give wrenches when I decide to. Yes, I'm sure he's a good friend of yours, and you can give a wrench on your channel. That's a good thing to do. Anyways, when I'm done with all this, then I will... What was I going to do? Now I forgot. Now I got thinking about things, and now I forgot. What was I going to do? Do you know? Well, I can look at that in a minute there, Spike. Yeah. See, I'm getting all wet. I am going to eat one more of these. Then I will go wash my hands and go from there. Oh, yeah. Drones. I would like to get a drone one day. I know that, well, Giggles, of course, he's into drones very much so. Jim, are you into drones too? Or Lisa, I guess, for that matter of fact, since you're asking, maybe you know things about drones. I know that Toyman has a drone. He hasn't had it out in a while, but he did get a drone of some sort. Don't ask me what it is, because I don't remember. Seems to me it's black in color, and that's about all I remember. See? This is why I'm not touching the keyboard or nothing for now. Oh, thank you, Lisa. That's what I'll do. I'll check my messages after I wash my sticky hands. Lee might get one. All right, let me go wash my hands since I made a mess. All right, I just rinsed them off with water. Hopefully that is enough to do. Hopefully it gets that off. Gets it off. Okay. Let me know. Like, if I miss any comments, I should say, you're always more than welcome to repeat them. I will try to see them all. I may not show them all. Some I will. But I'll try to respond to the ones that make sense. I mean, some of this is just you guys talking to each other, of course. Excuse me. That was an orange coming up. Erupting, I guess. Stella, I fly full-scale helicopters. Nitro. Oh, Nitro. Yep. And also full-scale fixed-wing airplanes. Biggest plane I have is just over 12 feet in wingspan. And the biggest helicopter I have is a 6-foot rotor. Do not have drone yet. But those are cool. The helicopters. Wow. And planes? I mean, that in itself, that might be even more cool than a drone anyways. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now that my hands are dry, they're not sticky no more, I will check my messages. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. Wow, Spike, I'm looking at your work. That looks really nice. How about you come on over and do my yard? Actually, it's not my yard, but since I'm renting. But the landlord said I can basically do what I want. So yeah, come on over. Let's do this. That looks really good. Very, very nice. It looks like natural, but obviously it'll be nice for use and it'll help prevent, I'm thinking mud and dirt. It's be a cleaner way, but a more natural way, and probably more cost efficient versus putting like a sidewalk or something in, is my guess. But I could be wrong on that part. Yeah. Stella, I buy lemons and eat them just like an orange. I love anything sour. Lemons are my favorite. Oh, wow. Woo! It makes me just go, woo! Okay, now this might be TMI for some of you, but truly, even if I just think about lemons, Jim, you made me think of this, I guess. Anyways, if I'm having troubles, let's say, you know, getting the cargo to release when I'm sitting on the ceramic throne, just sometimes the thought of lemons, because they're just it makes you pucker. It's that very bitter, sour taste. It seems to help things flow. It's almost like tricking the body. Because if you do have lemons and things like that, that can help everything flow. There's something about it. But that's really healthy too. I believe there's a lot of antioxidants and such in things like lemons. There we go. Okay. All caught up on that. Oh, do you too, Lisa? I don't know if I could actually eat one without putting something on it to dull it down a little bit. Obviously, sugar on it is not the best idea because you don't want to spike your sugars, but a little sugar basically turn into lemonade is what you're doing, right? I wonder if salt would do anything if you put a little salt on it. Somebody had told me, like, you could have it anytime, but especially if you're not feeling well, have a cold. They had talked about just, I don't know if you just slice them in half and put them in water, but you basically boil the lemon and then drink it. And you can put a little sweetener in, otherwise just drink it straight, and that's supposed to be really good for your immunity. I suppose if you have like a sore throat, it could be lemon with some honey in it. Huh, that's cool. That's really nice that for you, Jim and Lisa, if you really like lemons, because they're very good for you. Obviously, like no sugar, no carbs, kind of thing, right? And it's full of like antioxidants and very good health building properties in them. Yeah, that's really cool, Jim. Oh, Stella, I'm a private pilot. Didn't get my private pilot license until 1996, but I've been flying since 4 years old with my dad. My dad's best friend had 107. Oh, Casna. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Casna? Anyways, 172. And as a little kid, I started at 4. Wow. I've heard you can clean us lemons. Seems to me I heard somewhere that that's not real. Like it doesn't really kill anything. I don't know if that was. It seems to me like they did a study, and it didn't really. But it's still gonna make things smell good and maybe look good. Yes, if you add the baking soda, that definitely will help. Yeah, TJ, I clean my mouth. There you go. The only concern, I suppose, with lemon is if you have a lot of that because of the acidity. I think that can be hard on your teeth, but it probably does well of cleaning out your mouth. And if you're going to have acidity, I'd rather that than like soda pop or something because, well, there's no benefits there. It's going to wreck your teeth. It's going to wreck your gut. It's going to probably wreck your mood too. Did you know what you eat, what you drink can change up your attitude? It can. Okay. Just clearing my phone for a minute there. And I probably won't even get to half of the things on my little list here. But yeah, I have a whole list of things I would like to do today. And I'm looking at the time. It's like the day is already half over. But I still have a list, and I'm going to do what I can. Ooh, This is something I could do right now, and you can watch me do it. I usually do it before I eat anything because, okay, I'm not a doctor, blah, 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 all that stuff. But in my research and my studies, I guess, of other people's studies and research, is celery juice is supposed to be really good if you have some in the morning, empty stomach, especially if you're having any stomach issues at all, because over time, depending on what kind of junk foods or whatever we've eaten, we can destroy our um gut. The acidity in our stomach can go lower than it should, and then we have more issues like more acid that goes up our throat, or we're not digesting our foods well because if the acidity isn't high enough, like I said, this is all from what I've learned. I'm not a doctor or nothing like that. Anyways, if the acidity goes too low, not only can't you digest your foods and get the nutrients necessarily, but also you end up with an environment where unwanted little fellows can start, or girlies. I say fellows, it makes it sound like it's guys, but I'm a female, so it's probably not guys. Anyways, you have unwanted growth, I guess you could say, and parties going on in your stomach that you don't want, which is going to give you a whole host of problems. Anyways, going back to celery juice, apparently, if you drink celery juice in the morning, first thing, and you drink just a sip or two of that, something with that does help minimize or gets rid of some of those extra little fellows if there are any extra in there. Also, did you know celery juice is very high in potassium? If anything, it might be even higher than bananas, and obviously celery does not really have sugar or carbs in it like a banana. Now, I say sugar or carbs, I don't know, I interchange them. They probably are supposed to be used for one or the other of like refined or not refined, but anyway, all in all, I have noticed that if I do have celery juice at any time during the day, if I'm feeling a little bit tired, and it helps boost my potassium. I have had my potassium levels actually checked through test before, and I tend to be lower in potassium. And so if I have a sip of celery juice at any point in the day when I feel like I need it, or I just take a sip each day anyways, that does help with my energy because it helps with my potassium. And so I figure it's a win-win if I do the celery juice first thing in the morning, because then I can kill any bad guys if there are any in my stomach potentially, plus give myself a little boost of potassium from the get-go. Jeez, somebody outside must be washing out. That's anyway, distraction. In a long way of saying, celery juice has helped me a lot. So if you have potassium issues, stomach issues, you might want to try it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just giving you an idea that I'd like to talk about. There you go. Baking soda and lemons are great natural cleaners. Trader Joe's. I haven't been there in a while. There's one about maybe 2 hours from me. So anyways, on that thought, I see you guys are just chatting amongst yourselves, which I love. I will be right back with my celery juice that I have. Well, I juiced it in a juicer at my parents' house. Now, eventually I'd like to get my own and I could just do it fresh every day, every couple days. But because I don't have that source, what I do is I go to my parents' house, I do a bulk batch of it, put it in pint jars, and then I freeze them so they don't go bad. And then I just take it out and I, take 1 pint out and I'll have that, I don't know, maybe a week later, I'll be taking out another one. So that's the best I can do for now. Ultimately, it'd be nice just to have a juicer and I can just freshly juice what I would like. You can mix other things in there, like pineapple and carrots are good sources of potassium also. But let me go. Oh, I think cucumbers too. Speaking of which, I want to make feta salad. I didn't write that down, or did I? I did. But I don't have cucumbers, so I got to get some today. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Yeah. All right, folks. So I'm not going to sit down for this because I'm going to be taking a sip and putting it back. This is celery juice. Okay. Like I say, I usually would do it before I had like the oranges. Maybe let it be in my stomach for like half an hour before I eat anything, drink anything, other than maybe water. But hey, cheers to whatever you're drinking. Mmm. My sips of potassium. Actually, I'm going to walk back and forth again. I'm going to show you the sauerkraut I made. I have a video coming out to show you how to make sauerkraut if you like making sauerkraut. And also some homemade pickled asparagus. I have asparagus that came from the garden, and it's very easy. I did not can these. These are just refrigerator ones, and they're pickled. They're yummy. If you like asparagus and you like pickles, you would love that. It's also another recipe I could videotape and show you. Let me go get it so I can show you, inspire you. Ooh, Lisa says I like to blend lemons with ginger and cayenne for supplement shots. That's really nice. Huh. Anyways, I'm assuming y'all can still hear me and all. Oh, I'm going to go and start to cook food. Lee, go enjoy your food. Let me know. Well, you can let me know now if you want. What are you making? Or you don't have to say either. I don't know if I know who Julia is there, Giggles. Is that some kind of actor? I don't know. Or a YouTuber or a friend of yours? I don't know. I don't know all the peoples, especially when it comes to videos, or not videos, movies, and maybe TV shows, because growing up I didn't watch a lot of that. Anyway, sauerkraut. See? This was out, I think, for, was it 5 days? Anyway, you can leave it out on the counter. I don't know, it can be anywhere from maybe a weekish to maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. It depends on how much flavor you want. It depends on how warm it is in your house. Kind of like bread. If you know anything about bread, the warmer your house is, the more active the fermentation's going to be it with yeast with bread or with fermenting cabbage, which is sauerkraut. As you can see, it was fuller. Well, okay, maybe it wasn't all the way to the top, but I've already indulged in this some. This is another really good health gut food, like a gut health food. I eat this every day, or most every day. I guess sometimes maybe I don't. But I really enjoy it. I crave it, and it makes my stomach so happy. Like I say, I do have a video coming out. I'll probably edit it and maybe even put it up today. It's very yummy. Very easy, too. I mean, come on. Cabbage is not that expensive either. You just need cabbage and salt. And then you need a jar to put it in. And if you want the fancy little top, otherwise you could just figure out other ways to let it do its thing. All right, so then here we got, well, as you can see, it was pickled asparagus in here. I have like multiple of these jars, but they were like $8 or $9 a jar. Now I splurged because, for one, the ingredients were very limited, no extra junk in it, and it was making me, happy, I guess. Made my body happy. I enjoyed them, and I spent the extra dollars for something that's actually good for me. It's like a couple extra dollars versus like 2 bags of like potato chips or potato chip bags or something. It's, it was getting expensive though. So I was like, now that asparagus is in my garden, I'm going to make my own. And so here we go. I reused the containers. They're glass. Why not? I was going to keep them. Actually, I was using them for like drinking out of. They're nice little vessels. I'm glad I kept them though, because when I looked up a recipe, they wanted taller, um, thinner glass jars, which makes sense. And so these are just in a nice little vinegary solution, and they're scrumptious. They're delicious. And for a fraction of the price, I still can have my pickled asparagus. I love when I make asparagus, I wrap bacon around it. Yes, I've seen that before. And Dwayne is in the house. Nice to see you, Dwayne. Oh, she's a cooking host? Okay. I don't know. I've heard of like Rachel Ray, but I have not heard of Julia. No. Steak and chips. Oh, there we go. Lee's making steak and chips. That'll be nice. Oh, hunting and stuff with J&J is here. Good to see you. Ah, yes, you making fun of me there, Giggles? Giggle away. Asparagus, that's how I call it. But you are from a different part of the world, so you probably call it asparagus or something. Maybe you take it, maybe you say it Frenchy. We all have our own pronunciation of things. So. Or maybe he's talking about Julia. I don't know. I'm going to go put these away. And I just thought of one more thing I just made. I did not videotape this either, but it's another thing I could videotape. Yogurt. Who here likes yogurt? Put a hand or a thumbs up in the chat if you like yogurt. I know not everybody likes it. It is very good for your gut if you do. Yeah. I don't know. Jim says you need to try it, TJ. I'm not sure what, but yes, TJ, you need to try new things. That's good for you. AL Skinner's in the house. Nice to see ya. Anyway, thumbs up if you like it. I don't know. Do you like yogurt? Speaking of thumbs up, did you put a thumbs up on this live stream? You right there? No, you didn't, did you? Go ahead and put that thumbs up right now. It makes me happy, makes YouTube happy, and, well, just keeps things going. And guess what? It's free, and it only takes a second. Anyway, I believe TJ makes, like, smoothies and all that kind of stuff. If he still does that. He used to, anyway. Anyhowsy. Look at this. I don't know if you can tell, but it's nice and thick. Oh, it doesn't even... See the gap there? See the gap? It's not even moving. Is it? Nice thick yogurt. I made this in my Instapot. It's basically a pressure cooker. And to get a thicker yogurt, I don't know what you like. If you like a thicker yogurt, you let it go for like 12 hours in the Instapot. It keeps it at a nice heat and keeps the microbes going. And it makes a very, very nice, smooth, a bit tart, of course, but that's yogurt, but nice and thick, like Greek yogurt, without having to strain it. So thus you keep all the goodness in there. Now, a lot of times, be it at home or companies, to make Greek yogurt, they either strain it, which sadly then you lose a lot of the nice microbes that are good for your gut, or two, they use things to thicken it, which might mess more with your sugars and just might not be so good for you. It's just extra junk you don't really need. It could be gelatin, which that's not so bad depending on the source. Pectin, cornstarch. There's other ways that they thicken it. I don't want any of that in my yogurt. So for me, the best way to go is I put this in there for 12 hours and it just naturally is nice and thick. It is not hard at all to make your own yogurt, and you actually save money. When you buy yogurt in those little containers, depending on what size you get, you're spending quite a bit of money, be it it's plain or flavored. So if you just buy a gallon of milk and you turn it into yogurt, you save money. And then you have plain yogurt, then you can put what you want in it. You could put honey in it, cane sugar, stevia. I don't know. I like to put vanilla in mine too to enhance it a bit. You could find a better version of a jelly or a jam, I suppose. Fruit. Yeah. Granola. Oh, yogurt can make great cream cheese. Yeah, you can turn it into like a cream cheese. Oh, here's a question. No, Jim, I do not think I've had this. Can you explain what it is? Why is my mouse being silly? Okay. I show up and the first thing I hear is Fishy talking about nice thick yogurt she likes to collect in her containers. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you came right at the right time, didn't ya? Another thing I'm planning, since I'm showing you all of these goodies, is I was thinking maybe I'll make a separate channel that's just on cooking. So all my recipes, all my cooking videos would go over there. And then this channel would be more like the live streams, which I don't know. I guess I could do cooking live streams on that channel eventually. I haven't decided, but I was thinking at least doing the videos over there. And then over here, it's just it's all over the place on this channel at the moment. I still have my Fishy Flying Free. I do have to take the moment to put some more content over there. So then I'd have 3 channels and just try to focus on all 3, better than I have been. All right. A.L. Skinner says maple syrup and plain yogurt with fresh fruit. Then blend in this, and it's a smoothie. Yes. Another thing you can do is blend it with frozen berries. That makes a nice thick, almost like an ice cream type of smoothie. And if you don't have yogurt, if you have cottage cheese, that makes really good, frozen yogurt. If you don't want to use yogurt. Yeah, you came in at the right time, didn't you? Yes, you did. So Jim, yeah, just explain what the German thing is, and I'll let you know if I've had it before. Yes, I do have a second channel. It's called Fishy Flying Free. I have kind of neglected it for some time, though. I need to do better. It's supposed to be focused on people that have or are in abusive situations and or people dealing with chronic issues in life, be it autoimmune. Like, for example, I deal with POTS, which is an autoimmune illness, but there's people out there, dealing with cancers and other autoimmune and just maybe depression. It's just basically, I wanted that to be like a channel for support of people dealing with chronic things of different categories. It could be abuse, it could be an illness, it could be a mental thing, just kind of if that makes any sense, just a grasp of several different ways, and being supportive of each other. So yeah, I got to do better on that. This is my main channel, then I was doing some stuff over there, and then just life got busy, but now it's no, I got to put more content over there, and then I want to start a cooking channel and go from there. Yes, it's like a support channel. So We all have things, and some of us have more than others. And when the weight is really heavy, it is really nice to go somewhere where somebody can connect and maybe understand better than maybe some other people. For example, people that don't have what I have, like people that don't have an autoimmune illness, for example, no matter what it is, can't grasp how it is every day. Now, a little plug for my patches though, they have really, really helped with that, and I don't have those same struggles anymore. Let me put this yogurt away. It's like sitting here staring me in the eyeballs. I'm gonna go put this away, and then I'm gonna sit down and let's have a cozy conversation about where I was trying to go there. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, you guys all behaving, huh? Okay, so story time. You ready? Okay, so in the past, I was involved with a relationship where I was with my ex for 17 years. And for me, that was a hard one. It was a hard relationship to stay in. It was very manipulative, abusive, mostly mentally. It was a chronic thing I had to deal with every day. On top of that, I already had my POT syndrome that is triggered even more, just like any of us. Stress flares up anything that we're dealing with, be it depression or be it autoimmune or some kind of long lingering illness that we deal with. And so that got even worse too. So I was dealing with a combo of abuse and that. And, anyways, every day was hard, very hard. Even before I was in that relationship, my POTS syndrome could keep me in bed. I couldn't even get out of bed because I was so fatigued. There was one point I couldn't even walk. There was a fatigue and weakness in my body so great I literally physically could not even walk without help. Yes, so I've came a long way from where I was. Previous to my relationship, it got really bad at one point. Got worse during the relationship because of the extra pressures and stress at the time. And then out of that relationship, things were better, but still, I was still symptomatic. I still was just dragging. I still had a fatigue. That was a fatigue that, yeah, people say, oh, just get some more rest. No, sleep and rest did not fix this kind of fatigue. It's a fatigue that, unless you deal with things like me and many in this world deal with, they would have no idea what you're talking about. It wasn't until I started the LifeWave stem cell, I should say potentially stem cell activating patches that I right away got relief of being able to sleep. So once I go to sleep, I have good sleep. Like when I wake up, I feel refreshed. And also I don't have that fatigue that just you can't do anything. I have not had episodes for a long time. The only times I've had that recently is when it's been really pushed to the limit. My current job is really, really, it's a lot. Oh, there's an alarm in case I was still sleeping. Anyway, it's a lot. Physically, a little bit mentally, because I am hard on myself still mentally because part of that's how I was raised. A lot of that's just me, my personality. I don't like failing. I don't like letting other people down. And like I said, some of that is just how I was raised. A lot of that is maybe when I was with my ex, and ultimately it's just me. Okay. Anyway, with my current job, at least the environment's really positive. All the people are wonderful. They're not mean or anything. But it's a lot physically. It's a lot. So even the more normal people there that don't have underlined anythings or that I know of, it's still a lot on them too. So what I'm saying is that because I've been pushing myself, even skipping my 20-minute break in an 8-hour shift, trying to get done on time, even though I still can't, I have had little bouts of a little episode where I had to sit down for like 10 minutes, breathe through, calm down my heart rate, and increase my blood pressure. You know what I mean? But that's very like that's minimal. I could not even be on my feet for 8 hours before, let alone. So I'm not saying it's 100% gone, but that's like with anything. If you push that limit, you're going to get something. But overall, I am so happy because I was having heart stuff like all the time. Heart stuff meaning like my heart was going like 220 beats per minute. I was passing out multiple times a day from the episode. My heart rate would go too high, blood pressure too low, pass out. I wasn't able to eat. Food was not able to stay down. I was having like seizure type episodes, like all of that extreme stuff when I was really not doing anything physically. I haven't had any of that. And the fatigue and being able to sleep much better without waking up multiple times a night has gone away. Like I don't wake up multiple times anymore. I feel refreshed and I might get tired, but like a normal tired, not the why am I so tired? I didn't even do anything today tired. Anyway, that is something else I would like to share with you all if you're interested in learning more about these patches because it can help anybody. You don't have to have an illness. Of course, I'm not a doctor or nothing like that. I'm just sharing a tool that's really helped me, my mom, and many others around me. Like, for example, my mom doesn't have any underlying illness or chronic anything other than maybe the normal of just getting older. And she was like losing her eyebrow hair, let's say. I mean, that's more of a cosmetic thing, but that's now growing back for her, for example. She's sleeping better. She doesn't need naps anymore during the day. She's got a lot more energy. That's the biggest thing a lot of people talk about. And she gets a lot better quality sleep. And she's noticing just other things that are making her look and feel younger. There's nothing guaranteed. And like I say, I'm just letting you know about a really cool tool out there, I guess I'll just call it, that has helped millions of people, really. And there's a handful of people that I personally know where they've, had real results, and myself too. Because you know how it is. If you see all these results online, you'd be like, are they just saying that? I personally even have some scars that I didn't think would ever go away. And a lot of them are gone. And there's a couple bigger ones that are still there. More so like stretch mark type scars is what I'm talking about, that I tried all kinds of things in the past and I gave up. And now they're like almost gone. And the only change I made, there's nothing else I'm doing. The only change I made was putting on these little handy dandy little stickers. Here, I'll take one off. I have one on my abdomen right now. Well, actually, right below my belly button. It's this little thing. Okay, this little sticker thing. There's the technology, you could say, is in there. There's nothing that's being put in your body. It just reflects. Okay, heat activates it. That's the word. Heat activates it. It's like a mirror effect, and it just is supposed to help your body make their own stem cells. Because as you get older, the stem cells decrease, and that's why, from what people have researched and understand, is why children are usually more resilient than like a 60 or 70-year-old or better, because when we get older, I think by the time we're like in our 60s or 70s, we really don't have many stem cells left. And thus, if we break a bone or this or that, why it takes so long, if ever, to heal, because we don't have enough of those good little guys in our body to help. I hope I'm not boring you to death, but I'm really excited because I don't like to be in pain or discomfort or just not feeling well. And I don't like seeing others in that situation either. So I can feel better no matter how much life I have left. I'm hoping for a long time, but I'm just saying I'd rather a better quality life, however long I have left. I want to be able to, in the future, run around with my grandchildren and such things. I don't want to be crippled by 60 or something. I see so many people by the time they're 60, they're in so much pain. They have knee replacements, and I don't want that. I don't want that for you either. I better look at the chat. I know I'm behind. Okay, let's see. Yes, I have a second channel I already talked about, Fishy Flying Free. And I was thinking for the cooking channel, maybe I could call it Fin-tastic Cooking Channel or something. A play on words. Just add some KC Masterpiece seasoning to it. That usually helps. Huh. Okay, I'm back. Had a call. Okay, Lisa, nice to have you back. Oh, and going back here, Bacon says, I ran into you while you were in that relationship. Glad you made it out of that. I can say you're on a much better head these days compared to then. Yes. And everything takes time. I'm not perfect. I still have downer days, but overall I'm doing better. I mean, your mind can play with you because there's some days I'm like, well, maybe I should have tried to make that work and maybe it would have been okay. But ultimately, even if it was, I can't go back. And it's easier to make it seem not as bad when you're not in it either. Not many people open up about having episodes, especially if it's happening, and those who they have cared for them left because of one. It's not an easy deal, let alone get across. Yes, you are correct. I've actually, there's been a few people that didn't believe me when it comes to my autoimmune. Some people just thought I was making it up. I might have lost some people, like relationships that way, possibly, but I did lose a handful of people that I thought were my longtime forever friends when I chose to leave the abusive relationship. On a good note, I have to say that because it took a while. Okay, when I first left, my ex wouldn't talk to me at all. I have to say on a good note that there is a healthier relationship now where he actually will communicate in a good way, and so it's a good thing, and we can get along when we're not in the same house, which is a really good, healthy thing. I just wish it could have been that way when I still was at the house, but it is what it is. Gil Skills has a shirt that says something like, it is what it is. And it's like, I need that. Stella, you use super thin sliced flank steak. This is wrapped around mustard, bacon, vegetables, and full-size dill pickle. Inside to have, it has to be dill. Then put it in the oven and brown gravy. I have not had that, but that sounds really good. So it's steak, mustard, bacon, vegetables, and a dill pickle. That sounds really good. The French Chef. Okay. No, I have not watched that. I have not. So, anyway, yeah. So, a lot of you here, not all of you, but a lot of you are connected with me behind the scenes. So, if you want to learn more about those patches, go ahead and message me, and it doesn't cost you a thing. I mean, I'm the type, if there's something out there that's going to benefit me, it's not going to interfere with whatever I'm doing now. Because if you're on, for example, let me back up and say, for example, if you are currently on a medication, I'm not telling you to get off of that or something, okay? That's between you and your doctor. But it won't hurt that, okay? Because it's not putting anything in your body. You stay on what the doctor has told you. The only thing I would suggest is you might want to keep an eye on things, because if things improve, let's say your blood pressure would improve. I can't say that, but maybe it does. And let's say you are on blood pressure medication. Well, if you start feeling weird, you might want to go to the doctor, because you might have to adjust your blood pressure medication, because if, like I said, it's big ifs, because everybody's different, timing, and I can't say that anything is going to work for you because I'm not a doctor and all the blah, 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 you know where I'm going. But if it does help, like if you have high blood pressure and you're keeping it down with medication, which is good because you don't want to have high blood pressure and you're taking care of yourself. If you take these patches in a while, and then maybe possibly you might need less of it. I'm not saying you're going to get off of it, Maybe you will, but just keep an eye on it. But only do that with your doctor if you're on things. Never get off of medications without your doctor's approval. And for some people, maybe it's best to stay on them. I'm not here to say get off of them. But I know this, even if you are still on medications for the rest of your life, this should, and in my experience, has improved my life. Now, myself, a little bit of a rebel, I guess. I try to do all the things I can without putting um, alternate things into my body. If there was a medication that had made me feel better and it weighed out like because you're gonna have side effects with some medications, if not all. So if it would make my life better and it makes sense, I would have. But I'm more opt to trying like drinking more water, exercising, adjusting my foods, vitamins. I'm gonna try all those things first before I try administering like basically fakely figuring out things, I guess. For me, that's how I look at it. That's just me saying. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so basically I try to do natural means first. And then, I mean, ultimately, if I needed to, then maybe a medication or maybe surgery. But that for me would be the very, very last resort. I'm a little stubborn that way. I'm not telling you to do these things because we have to make our own decisions. You do what's best for your life. It's your life. Don't let anybody tell you different. Because I know for a fact there's people out there that do take pharmaceuticals and it's making their life way better. They're not in whatever. Maybe they're not in pain and they're able to eat again. And for them, it's worth it. And that's okay. I don't judge. I just go by, I'm just talking about myself. I would rather not, but I'm not going to say never because you never know. But then I also know some people out there that do take things. It could be even herbal, actually. Herbal things or pharmaceutical or whatever they're doing, whatever choices they're making. Let's just not pinpoint on one thing, I guess. They're doing a certain thing. Maybe they're eating a certain food, actually. Maybe we'll go with that. That sounds like a safer topic. Maybe they're eating, I don't know. Let's say garlic. They're eating garlic every day, but they're allergic to garlic, but they know garlic's good for them, but they still eat garlic every day. It's like just find an alternative. Don't eat garlic then. Be it pharmaceutical, be it a food, if it's not benefiting you, why are you doing it to yourself? Or maybe if you eat a whole sheet of cookies, it's making you not feel so good. Or maybe it's spiking your sugar too much. Maybe just have one cookie or don't have any cookies. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to get my thought across that no matter what you decide to do, I mean, I'm not against anything that you're going to do, but make sure you feel good and you're not making your life worse from that choice. For example, we'll just use sugar for example. I love sugar. A lot of us probably are addicted to sugar. But if I ate sugar all day long, am I going to feel good? No. If I ate donuts all day long, cookies, candy, is my body going to appreciate that? No. I'm probably going to have brain fog. I'm probably going to feel kind of sluggish. I'm not going to feel good. My sugars are too high. My body, I might get diabetes. I don't know. It's just a bad choice. Doesn't mean that we can't have it. Just take care of ourselves. This is our one and only body. I don't know if any of that made any sense, but it was on my mind. Anyways, no matter what you're doing in life, because I have a feeling that you all probably have something. I find it interesting. I've talked to people about the patches and they're like, no, I'm healthy. I don't need anything. And then next thing I know, I hear they're having, what's it called now? Oh, I hear that they've been dealing with tonsil stones, I think they're called. And they said how they have to go in the back and they pluck these stones out. And they said it's fine to do that, but then if it starts bleeding, then it may be a reason to have surgery. And I was like, those are so weird. Because at one conversation we were talking about patches. They're like, oh, I'm healthy. I don't need, I'm good. I have nothing to complain about. And then I hear about that, and then this person just had surgery, and I'm thinking, because this was another time she told me about that, but I was like, wait a minute. You just told me you were healthy and there's nothing wrong. So I believe there's a lot of people out there that will tell me that they're healthy and they don't even want to look at this option, but then they do have things going on. I mean, I have a feeling a lot of you here probably have some aches and pains. I know before I started the patches, I was starting to get to the point where I was feeling a little, stiff in the back, and then you get like the aches and pains, especially for me, it was like weather change. Like before it's gonna rain, maybe, and I was feeling it in my bones almost. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm only in my 40s and now I gotta feel all this junk. I can't imagine feeling it in my 60s. Well, that's another thing that for me, anyways, I don't have that anymore. That's why I'm never gonna quit these patches. I don't have those aches and pains. I don't feel stiff and my muscles are fine. Probably on camera, it's hard to tell, but I've actually lost some weight too, and I haven't changed anything. I haven't changed what I eat. I haven't even walked in a while. I mean, I plan to because that's still healthy and better for me to do. I'm just saying, it's just a side effect of getting things in rhythm, getting things better. Yeah, I don't know. There's just so many things it's helped me with. It's like I won't quit and I will promote it, but I'm not going to bash you over the head because if you don't want to feel better, in that way, fine. There are other ways too. I mean, this is not the only way. I've been through different ideas in life through family, friends, people I know, but this is the easiest one. You don't have to like adjust your whole schedule, your whole life to do this. You don't have to turn into a carnivore or a vegetarian. You don't have to like fast for 5 days. You don't have to change your life. You don't have to do a marathon. All you do is you stick a little sticker on and make sure you're hydrated. And maybe take some celery juice for potassium or bananas and maybe some electrolytes. Like all those are exceptions. The biggest thing is staying hydrated. I mean, we all should stay hydrated. Stick the little sticker on, stay hydrated. And then the other things are just going to enhance it. There's actually people that don't change anything. They don't drink more water. They don't do nothing. They just put the patch on and they still get results. So it's just like anything else. If I do start watching my foods more and I start exercising, I'm going to see even more benefits. That's just how life goes. So anyways, just know I will keep talking about them because I'm so excited how much they've helped me. But in no way am I going to bash you over the head and say, you have to do it. No, we all have a choice. And if you want to wake up every day with aches and pains and whatever else is going on, you do you. I don't want that no more. And for the females in here, just so you know, my monthlies were starting to get kind of horrible. I was getting these major headaches and crampy and just really bloated. And sorry guys if that's TMI, but it was just, and then the flow was just, oh my gosh, it was horrible. That's something else that's changed. I almost forget when I have them until I use the bathroom. I'm like, oh, that's right. I should probably change that because, no, for real. That was huge too for me. I don't get headaches anymore. I don't get bloated. There's just so many things. Like I say, I can't guarantee anything. I'm not a doctor. I'm just sharing something that has me so excited right now, and I'm never stopping, and I would love everyone to feel the best in their life. And if not, I still enjoy and love every one of you. It's all good. It's your choice. You know what I mean, right? I want to share, but I don't want you to feel pressured because we all have choice in life. If we want to feel how we feel right now, that's fine. If we want to change it or give it a shot, great. And if not, great. I don't care. Okay, I should probably check on what's been typed because I haven't been looking. You know me, I get a little tangent or maybe not a tangent. Would it be a tangent? I don't like to get distracted. Okay, so recipe. So yes, the recipe would be pretty cool. For anybody here that maybe I should type it in. I think I know my toy. I think it's Toy Fishy. I should probably make sure that's what it is before I give it to you. But I think it's toyfishy@hotmail.com. I know it's going to take me a minute to get to the bottom. And it's been over an hour, but let me catch up first and then we'll be done. How am I going to see? Okay. Yeah, Toy Fishy. That's what I thought. For anybody here that is not connected with me yet, be it just for recipes, just to be able to chit chat outside of streams, or if you're interested in the patches, I can give you lots of info. There's lots of actually LifeWave patches. There's lots of YouTube videos. Now you do need to order it through a brand partner, which I am. So I would appreciate it if you come back and order it through me, or find another brand partner. That's fine. Do not buy it through Amazon or eBay. If you see people doing it in alternate forms like that, they're doing it illegally, and that's not the proper way, because they want to make sure that they're shipped proper, and it's supposed to be just from the company straight to you through a brand partner. Okay, so anyway, toyfishy@hotmail.com. I'm just gonna put that in the chat there. That way, if you want to get a hold of me for any reason, there you go. I am in my 50s, so I can appreciate a good Saturday Night Live reference. There's nothing like the original cast for sure. Aw. Try eating meat instead of the food doctors tell you. Yeah, well, that's a whole thing. And I think everybody's chemistry can be different, or with their makeup. I do know I have an aunt, for example, that eats strictly, it's either vegan or vegetarian. She varies a little bit, but no meat. And she does that because I think in the past she had a growth or something of some sort, and that's helped her not have that come back. Apparently when she has meat, it comes back. But then I have other people that, they go on carnivore and they feel great. Or you have people that just eat real food and they feel great. So you got to find the real food that makes you feel better. The biggest thing is staying away from refined. Refined food is never going to make you feel better. The extremes sometimes can be really hard. Like the lady I used to live with, for example, she was getting she had a lot of cheat days, but strictly carnivore, and then she drank diet Dr. Pepper. If she was just on the carnivore, maybe she would have been all right. But I think the diet Dr. Pepper might have been part of it, but she kept having heart issues and other things. But I do know some people that didn't have the pop, and going severe is too much. She went from junk food, I think, to that. And she had some benefits at the beginning, but then she was starting to have issues. I think you need to find your balance. And if just eating meat makes you feel great and you have no problems, then do it. If you eat vegetables and fruits and maybe some eggs and you feel great, do that. Myself, if I'm focused, which I try to be, I still eat desserts and stuff, but I try to think of they call it one ingredient foods. I think that's how you call it. So if you have steak, well, there was nothing else that made the steak other than maybe the seasoning you put on it, right? Or even a potato. I know people con the potatoes because of the starches, but it's one ingredient food. You have to see how you feel on it. But if you have one ingredient foods versus the junk food, you're still going to have a better outcome. You just might have to figure out what foods you do better with. Stay away from the boxed foods and the packaged foods. I think things like rice and potatoes are fine for most of us. It's just how much maybe we have and what we pair it with. But you're going to have to see what makes you go good. Everybody's different. I do know that eating candy bars all day long is not going to be a health thing. So don't do that. So I take it that bacon, if you eat meat, that probably makes you feel better. And that's good. Jim has been wanting me to make this pineapple cake forever and still haven't made it yet to this day. Well, then make it, Giggles. Are you making it? Yeah, that would be good to have the recipe. Well, Giggles, come on, make it. All right, Skinner says, I use garlic instead of onion due to an onion allergy. It's a safer alternative. Yep, everybody's different. I've noticed that if I have a lot of garlic or onion raw, I don't feel real good. So I think I have at least a sensitivity. Now, once it is like, if it's pickled or cooked or sauteed, I'm fine. But if it's raw and if a little bit's fine, but if I have a lot, yeah, I can't have a lot. Fishy, if you don't feel good, don't eat garlic. A-hole vampires. You hear that? She said silver. Okay. You can. Fishy. Oh, you can tell you've lost weight, Fishy. Okay. I don't know. I see myself every day. I do know that I've lost weight. I don't know how it always comes across on them, on here. I know I've lost weight because the pair of pants I bought for my new job, for example, were like just fitting, just the pants, nothing underneath, right? Not tucking in my shirt, no leggings underneath. Well, what was it? Oh, at this job, you have to tuck in the shirt, which is a little bit cramped. Like, oh, okay. Well, then I noticed it was getting a little looser. It's like, oh, that's kind of nice. Well, then I also noticed, some of the days it's a little cooler. So I thought, well, I'll still put the leggings underneath, even though it's going to be a little bit more taut, a little harder to do all the things. Well, then it was a warmer day, and I was like, I don't need the leggings on. Well, the problem was I just tucked in my shirt and I didn't have the leggings underneath, but my pants were a bit loose. And I was thinking, I can't go to work like this because we have radios, or are they called radios? Walkie-talkies, whatever they are. That has somewhat of a weight that you put on your pocket and you put the little earbud in so you can talk to each other, right, at work. I was like, if my pants are already going to fall down easy now, they're not going to fall all the way down, but they're going to go down some with that weight. And so I had to put the leggings back on and have had to put the leggings back on since then, excuse me, to keep them up. Now I could go get a belt, which I had on the agenda, but to tell you the truth, because I go in the fridge and freezer, I think they call it the cooler actually. So the freezer and the cooler, I've been wearing them and it's been fine. And now I'm not sure how much longer I'll be able to work there because it's just knocked the snot out of me, basically. Like I said, environment-wise, it is great, but it's a lot. All right, and then Bacon said, pro tip, if you might hear me out, take the stairs to supplement that daily activity. It helps me. And I'm not even trying. Yep, taking the stairs helps. Yes, I'm back to the comments. Sorry. Popcorn eating intensifies. I'm just looking what's all here. I generally don't even bother talking nutrition anymore because most don't listen, but I would love to give what I've learned to those who are willing to listen. I did footwork after all. I guess that's where I was going to go at one point, and then I stopped, I think, and went on a different path. But when Bacon was talking about eat meat and don't do what the doctor says, and I'm not telling you not to listen to your doctor, okay? Do what you want. But anyways, I've heard the thought that if you take the pyramid, that pyramid where I think the fats and all that's up here, and way down here is like all the grains and the cereals, and then you get the meats and the whatever in between. Well, the thought is if you just flip that, basically, so the top would then be the grains and stuff, right? And the bottoms would be like the fats and the meats and if you just flip that, yeah, basically do the opposite. That's my opinion. That is not what they tell you to do. You do what your doctor says. Wink, wink. Yeah. Got to keep it kosher here. Yeah, eat kosher meat. There you go. Yeah, walkie-talkies. Yeah, so it's like a little thing. You turn it on, and then we can and then you you gotta, push the little thing and talk. La, 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 la. It's just a way for us to communicate. So if we're in the kitchen, in the back, in the front, we can all communicate. Because if they need more food, they let us know. If they need something from the back. Anyway, well, is there anything else that y'all would like to know or ask? Like I say, I did put my email here, and I mean, it doesn't even have to be for about the patches. I was just gonna call them stickers because I stick on you. I do plan to do more content about those specifically for people that are interested. I also hope to coordinate another live stream with my mom, who is even more knowledgeable in that area. She does have a background in the traditional medical field. She's got a lot of education just in general, not just on this alternative stuff. So it's quite interesting hearing it from her. And she has more knowledge than I do at this moment in regards to LifeWave patches because she's been on them and has researched them even more than I. And that's the ticket too, I think, for all of you. If any of you end up interested in something, be it LifeWave or something else, do your research. Don't just do it because I said so, or that person said so, or that person said so, or that person said so. No, do your own research. And that should be anything in this world, be it for health reasons, religious reasons, anything. Don't be like this and dumb, I guess, and don't even hear anything people are saying, but don't just grasp everything either. There's like the severe ends. I've been with people before that are like this, and you can see they're hurting. It's like, at least look into it. Be it like, I'm talking like food-wise, or something. Like, if you're not feeling good, maybe adjust it a little bit. And then, well, anyway, so back to the patches. If you become interested on your own accord, or if I give you some stuff to watch, do it. When my mom, because she's the one that introduced me to it, I didn't just jump on it because mom said, hey, this is good stuff. I believed her and stuff. I was like, I'm going to look into it. And I did. I researched things. I think it was at least a week or two, might have been longer, before I actually jumped on the wagon because I wanted to see what she found out, because I was like, what is this thing? So I did my own research. And then I jumped on and I thought, okay, I'll try it. And if it doesn't do anything, I don't have to continue. Another thing is there is a money back guarantee. So it's like, depending on how you sign up, just so you know, it's like a 30-day or maybe even longer of that, depending on how you sign up, that you get your money back in full. Pretty much nobody does that, but they put that there so you don't feel like you're out, which I think is cool. Anyway, whatever it is in life, don't just jump in it. I've had people try to just say, well, I should believe this in religion, let's say, because they believe it. It's like, no, I have to do my own work here and decide if that is for me, or maybe this is for me, or maybe that is for me, because only me is responsible for me. I can get input from other people, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go for it. So anyway, well then, I was just going to say it's mostly, I think, just Jim and Lisa in the house now. But Lisa, I still would love to hear from you. You're a wonderful lady, a lovely lady at that. And Jim, I mean, just in communication wise, and it could be nothing to do with the patches. Don't think I'm just going to go with the patches. It's only if you ask. If you don't ask, I won't share in regards to emails and stuff. So there you go. I'm going to take that off now. And with that, I will see you all next time.